Welcome to In the Queue. Today I'm hosting celebrity makeup artist Andrea Fairweather Bailey of Fairweather Faces. She's going to share how she launched her business and also her new show, Season 2 of Sip and Shop. Thank you so much, Andrea Fairweather Bailey, Fairweather Faces' very own, the CEO, owner, entrepreneur, Black woman on the move, in the queue.
I'm in the queue. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Andrea, can you just kick it off and tell all our viewers and your fans and some of our loyal Q Vision watchers a little bit about how you got Fairweather Faces off the ground?
Oh, wow. Fairweather Faces, it's been 23 years. December will make, it is our anniversary month. I have to take a breath when I think about it because it was so much work and prayer and just vision and a faith walk in the development of Fairweather Faces. I was a makeup artist on the department floor in Saks. And this vision, this dream kept coming to me over the years. And by the time I landed at Saks, I was in like the 5th or 6th year about of this dream. And the dream was to create a mobile beauty business that would allow me to build out teams across the country to provide on-site makeup, hair, nails, and massage therapy to clients. And I was stammered by the thought of it because there was no such business in existence. Everything was about clients going to the beauty salons to receive services, not the other way around. So I started speaking to some people about it, sharing the vision, and it was kind of weird because it was a split. Some people got it right away and others shunned it. They're like, you're crazy. That can't happen. There's no way that it would happen. But it actually did. I just started off with me by myself with my makeup kit, and I had a nail tech license. I still do. Most people don't know that. And me and my kit just testing it out just to see how it would work. And then finally, the team just started building up until 1997 when we incorporated Fairweather Faces Travel and Beauty Services to legally be the first mobile beauty business. And, it was just growing ever since. And like I said, this year, 2021 makes 23 years for us. And it's been a ride, to say the least.
Take that as fantastic. Take us back to you being alone and you having your own motivation and the naysayers, kind of interrupting that flow. How did you break through that? That I think young women who want to start their own businesses and are out there and they're trying to dibble and dabble in this, economic age and trying to like come up with their own type of like foothold in business. Give them a little bit of insight of what that push through was like.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah. That's such a great question because it's so emotionally driven. I got quiet for years. And when I say quiet, like I shared earlier that, I was trying to test the waters just to see who would be on board, who will believe in it, who will be down for it. And it was pretty much a split. Either they got it right away or they didn't. And if they didn't, they came hard with it. Like, no, that just can't work. And if they believed in it, they believed in it hard. So what I ended up doing was, in order for it to actually work, I realized that I had to stop talking about it and actually start doing it. And for me, that worked because that quiet space allowed me to figure out what was working, what wasn't. It allowed me to have more accountability to myself as the leader in it, who was laying out the groundwork, trying to figure out the ins and outs of how this business was going to function on a daily basis and how I could actually build it out. I found that being quiet again was a blessing in disguise. Because nowadays, when I look at it, I'm so glad that I was able to start it before social media, because social media is such a space where everyone talks about everything, every little thing. But the quietness of not having social media back then allowed me to build it out without having to be in the public. And I kind of feel like Fairweather Faces was built out underground, because not everyone knew about it. We didn't do any actual advertising for the business. It was all word of mouth. So if you found out about Fairweather Faces from a client referral, someone speaking about the wonderful services that they received, or have you heard about this new business that, is around, can you get an appointment with them? It's kind of like if you were handed a card, it became like this kind of like platinum card, like, ooh, you're in. And I like that. I enjoyed that because it allowed me to build out the function, the strategies, and the uniqueness of Fairweather Faces without being seen, if you will. And for me, I felt like that was a protection and the saving grace.
And it allowed you to get the kinks out,
Exactly.
You could make your mistakes and you didn't have to feel accountable. People, they think they want to make a business. They got to have the perfect website. They got to have the perfect card. They have to have all the perfect clients. Sometimes you just got to get dirty with your idea and allow it to like have some kind of mishaps, and no one is the wiser. No one knows.
Right. And there's a blessing to that. And even if I think, Dorinda, even if I built out Fairweather Faces during the social media heat, if you will, I still would have done it the same way. I would have been very selective as to what I would have posted. I still would have been very cognizant of the client's privacy, as we always have. Not everyone wants to be seen on social media. We have a lot of big clients that just don't want it. And you know what? We respect that. It's always been for me more about pleasing the client and servicing their needs than getting the accolades in that way. I just want the accolades of doing good work and what we've done to pioneer the mobile beauty industry. But not to say that, oh, well, we worked on this one and that one. That was never the driving force.
Well, I don't mind sharing with this audience and anybody listening, because they know that, most people know that I've known you almost the whole time. And I don't recall actually the first time I met you, but I recall being referred to your service. I, remember that back in those days I was working as an ABC, and, I was a slave to the job and you couldn't leave. And I was trying to pull myself together. I was trying to be another woman in the workplace, trying to pull myself together with very limited time. And, and when I found out that you had a service that came to me and I didn't have to run around to these little nail shops, and more importantly, you were a woman who looked like me. And I wanted to support another professional woman, another woman trying to make her thing. That excited me to reach out to you to get the service going. And at that time, you just did my eyebrows. Remember, you would just come in to the—
I know, but that, I had some clients that's all it was, but it was major. It was major for both of us, because that started another aspect of the business that, is just eyebrows for them, or is just manicures, whatever it is. It really didn't matter to me what service the client received. We were always going to execute with excellence and 100%. Treat everyone as if they were our own celebrity. So I would always get excited, because that's like therapy for me, like doing the eyebrows and nails, and just spending time.
And then remember, it used to turn into like a party, and we had the
Yes, and you were big with that. You were huge with
Nina Pineda coming through, and we had all the ABCs,
gathering the girlfriends together, and we're just going down the line servicing 100%. Everyone, and it was a joyful event.
It was. And that was like on any given Tuesday. It was like, four of us all want to come over. Andrew's going to come on up.
That's right. Yep.
I cannot say enough to, the women watching, the young women watching, that if you support each other like that, just referring out, each other's businesses and services on a small level, the impact that you could possibly have. People take that for granted. That little thing, and I didn't know I wasn't thinking, oh, I'm going to help Andrea blow up. I was like, this woman is great. She knows what she's doing. She has a fantastic personality and a demeanor that works correctly. I need to share her out. And it came from that lovely place, that humble place. And look what happened,
Yeah, and it was monumental because most people don't realize that word of mouth is everything. And again, like I said, we did not put money into marketing. We decided that we were going to instead make a choice to build the teams, do training. We put that money elsewhere, and we just heavily relied on the client's referral. And you, Dorinda, were huge. Like every single time you ever referred us to one other person, ended up becoming so much more. Right? It was a snowball effect.
I'm so grateful.
So thank you
that I was a part of that. I did nothing but share loveliness.
Oh, thank you, hon. Thank you. So appreciated.
Loveliness. And the thing that I would like you to kind of touch on this kind of conversation is a little bit of working with all those personalities. You and I, we're the ladies behind the ladies. I like that. My get down is being behind the ladies. I don't even. This is even new for me, being hosting a show. It's ridiculous. But you and I have that same little love fest with being the ladies behind the ladies and dealing with all these intricate VIP personalities. And yet we have very bubbly, outgoing personas. Tell everybody and share a little bit how you work your personality and how you work being, with all these great different demeanors and manage that a little bit. That's very significant.
Yeah. You know what it is? From the beginning, when like I said before, like the vision kept coming, that dream kept coming to me. One thing that was also very clear would be the purpose. What would be the purpose? Why am I doing this? Why does this have to happen? This vision for Fairweather Faces. And the reason was to serve. That was always the quiet voice, the saving grace. It was never, again, for me or the team to be in front of the camera. It happened every now and then, and that was always a blessing. But the driving force, the success, the real success of Fairweather Faces was knowing how to support from the background, make everyone beautiful so that they can step forth with confidence and know that, aesthetically, they're on point, which therefore would feed them psychologically so that they can have the confidence to deliver whatever it is that they needed to do. The way that I managed personalities was, and it wasn't easy because it was so many different personalities. As when people would come to me and have meetings with me to see if they could even get on the team, they would give me their best face forward. It doesn't always mean in hindsight that it was the truth. It was that they gave me their best for that moment because they wanted to get put on. And a lot of times I fell for it. Like I just believed what was being shown before me. But then after a while, you start to realize who they really are. And my mistake back then, I'll share it, was that I held on to people too long. Not dealing in the reality of what they were presenting me, but in the potential of what could happen. So for example, like if someone showed me early on that they were kind of like a camera hog, or just someone that, they were talented as an artist, but they really wanted to be in the forefront or really wanted to be like the celebrity themselves, I really needed to pull them off the team early. But my mistake was I didn't, because one, they were just so talented, right? And number two, I felt that, well, they'll get it after a while. They'll get it out of their system. They'll, like come down to earth. Like once they're already working with the celebrities, they'll see that they're, just like us, and it's no big deal. And sometimes it doesn't work that way. You have to take a person for what they're showing you, not what you want them to be, but where they are right now. And that was a heavy mistake that I made over and over again, because I had rose-colored glasses on for years.
Well, Though you can't beat yourself up about that. You know,
I don't now.
You know,
me, I forgiven myself. I forgiven myself and tried to change that.
Because not everybody is.
But it was just a part of my personality that I will look at people and go, oh, well, you know, they have to pay their rent or they have kids and all this. And you can't look at it that way. You can't take on someone's responsibility, because what it did was at times it really hurt the business. Like, it buckled us in different ways. I had to go in and do major cleanups, all because, you know, I had these personalities around for too long. So I say all that to come around to the main message, which is, if someone is not in alignment with your vision, you need to get them out of your team immediately. Like, just don't even wait. You don't owe anyone anything. As long as you don't owe them money or anything like that, you need to just take them off and, you know, do it however you decide to do it. But that was my big mistake, is holding on to talented artists that spiritually they weren't in alignment with the business, with the purpose.
That's a very important tip. That's a major important tip. Now, what people don't know, and you don't talk about, I haven't seen you talking about it on your Instagram, you know, feed, is that you were a dancer. And first, that was your original aspirations. Like, share that a little bit. What a transition.
Yeah. So, I started off as a dancer, actress back in the day, was formally trained at the Alvin Ailey American Dance Center in the city, while at the same time I was a dance major at the High School of Performing Arts that then became LaGuardia High School. I then continued on my training, but then I got injured in a dance class that really like messed me up. I was coming out of a jump and fell, and, you know, it messed me up physically as well as psychologically. And that actually was when the vision for Fairweather Faces started coming, but it didn't make sense to me because I was still pursuing being in front of the camera. So, like I said earlier, I kind of alluded that I sat on the idea for like a good 5 to 7 years before really pulling the trigger to create Fairweather Faces. But what I thought was going to happen was that I was going to be a star in the dance and acting world and pattern my career off of someone like Debbie Allen, you know, that used dance and drama, Jasmine Guy, Jada Pinkett, that was able to still use dance as a catalyst for their career. That's what I thought would happen, but it didn't. But the funny thing is that still that dance training still serves me in the acting training to this day because of the discipline. I was able to build out my business in so many different ways, that dance and acting training to build out Fairweather Faces and build out the different umbrellas to my business. And also it helps me in front of the camera. I do certain warm-ups like we did in acting class so that I can get in front of the camera and deliver. It's the same thing. I still remember and I still practice it to this day. And I always felt that my edge, that I think I'm pretty good live, is because of all those improv classes at Performing Arts, LaGuardia, and studying with my drama coach at the time was Anthony Abeson. He was my drama coach from high school and thereafter, and all those improv classes with him and scene studies allows me to do my warm-up beforehand, know what my message is, and be able to get on without climbing up. I think I have a freedom live in front of the camera, and that's all because of that training. So it's helped me tremendously.
Now, most every day, people don't know, is that you're one of the ladies behind the Women of Good Morning America, GMA, doing all the makeup for the ladies. There's a team over there, I suspect, correct? And you get up extremely early in the morning to do that. It's extremely disciplined. What are you up at, like 2 o'clock in the morning to commute to
yeah, no, the earliest that I would have to get up is like possibly like between 3:30. The latest would be about 4:30. But so on average, I'm getting up around then. But it's funny because before COVID, I was just getting up, doing my prayers, making some coffee or tea, and then heading out to work. But since COVID, things have changed tremendously for me, where I realized that I need to really take care of myself on the front end before going in and serving. So what I do is I get up a little bit earlier than that, and I start meditation and exercise, some sort of like Pilates, stretch, online dance class, to keep me, they call it on your leg, in dance, like just, make sure you still have your balance, still have your stretch. And just to help me get the angst out first, and just to help me center myself so that I can be more of service when I go into the show, because it is so stressful there to, work under a short period of time where you have to deliver and you can't make mistakes because millions of viewers are watching your work. Yeah. So it just allows me to channel much easier now since COVID. I've learned just a new way to take care of myself in that way.
That's lovely. That's lovely. Well, I know I'm moved when I'm on the train and I see the banner over the train with the faces, and I'm like, oh, that's Andrea. And I look up and I tap myself like, that's Auntie Andrea's work right there. I don't know, you know me, I'm a fan. I salute at all levels, even when I see a picture.
I appreciate it. Yeah,
100%. So right now, though, you have a series called Sip and Shop.
Yes.
You have first of all, behind you have samples, but you have your own product line. It's just so great. So you have a product line that you've developed, a facial chart to help women like me who don't get to be with you every day anymore, and young women.
I'll just hold up one, just so
exactly. We're going to show them, and tell us a little bit about your makeup. What about it? And secondly, but wait. I want to join in the Sip and Shop experience. So
okay, well, I'm just drinking water because I need to stay hydrated because I'm extremely tired right now. But good old water. This is our salute, right? Mm-hmm.
Yes. So I get to Sip and Shop for the first time. I've been airing Sip and Shop season 1 now, getting ready to launch your season 2. So
yes.
I want to sip and shop.
We drop.
Okay, so what's my lipstick? What's my makeups? What's going on?
Okay, so let me take a sip first. A sip first for Sip and Shop coming up April 3rd. Ow. Oh, mess. Okay, so this season for the spring, we want you to think like spring for real. Like we really want everyone to not get stammered by, sometimes folks think, well, with my complexion, I can't wear that, or I can't do this and I can't do that. Of course you can.
No, I can't wear red. I can't.
No, please stop. Yes, you can. Yes, you can.
It looks like I look, no.
Oh my gosh.
Too much.
I'm glad you, right. Okay. However, this is the thing. In reality, you can. It's just your comfort level. And what we're hoping is that everyone takes a step forward to break out of what they think is their safety zone and step out and just try something new. And what's happening this spring is you have all these beautiful popping colors, right? For the lips, which is very easy to do. But again, it's psychological. Most people don't realize that when you put on a different color, it will completely shift your mood in some type of way. So especially with these bright colors, all it can do is lift you up. It will not drop your spirit down. It'll only elevate you. And so for this season, Fairweather Faces has all these nice, bright spring colors. If it's like a peony color or a poppin' pink or like Belize or Brooklyn, these bright, vibrant pinks and oranges, even peaches in the souffle lip gloss. All those things work. And you can also mix and match to create a third color, which is always wonderful too. And so the whole idea of how the cosmetic line and the charts came about is I've had clients that wanted me to be able to travel with them, but I couldn't be more than one place at one time. And even though that Fairweather Faces has artists located all across the country in all the major cities, it still would be a situation where, you get attached to like maybe one artist, and you just want to see that person because you just feel so comfortable with them, and that's wonderful.
You're my go-to. You're my go-to. I can't put the lipstick on.
It happens, and that's a great thing.
Can't do
but what we also wanted was to strengthen and elevate the client's makeup technique so that in case they could not get us, right? If we were overbooked or they just couldn't fly us to wherever they were going, that they could still feel that they had something to be able to follow so that they could recreate the looks that I designed for them. So from that came the Fairweather Faces Traveling Beauty Kits, which is the sister spring off from Fairweather Faces Traveling Beauty Services. And it's a palm size face chart. Right?
That's easy.
It's no bigger than my hand, and my hand is pretty small. And it's just color-coded dots with matching makeup brushes that you just match the dot of the makeup brush to the dot on the face chart in the order given. Don't think ahead. Don't try to like jump ahead. Just take it like a menu, like a recipe. So the cards are travel size because they're the sister spring off from the concept of Fairweather Faces Traveling Beauty Services. The cards and the makeup brushes that all match together are Fairweather Faces Traveling Beauty Kits.
So right? You have your own brushes,
yes,
makeup, lipstick, compacts.
Yes, everything, all the colors for the skin. The only thing that we're not doing are concealers and foundations and loose powders in that sense. Because to me, it's just me. I believe that those sell better if you have a storefront to be able to do it. Online selling, in order for it to move, I think, and what I've proven with my own business, is that the colors to me move faster if displayed on the website and, you know, in the post, they move, and they have been. And so that's been a saving grace for us. But I never wanted to have like a storefront, and that's fine. It's just that, you know, with the mobile beauty business, that's not in my wheelhouse. Ours is mobile. So that's the only reason why we don't have concealers.
And tell us just about the makeup a little bit. Just, is it good for teenagers and young people? You know, hypoallergenic.
The makeup line is first universal for all skin tones. It doesn't matter. In terms of age groups, we look at it from the tweens, like from, you know, 11 is up to a parent, though, to decide how early, because we do have really sheer lip glosses for like the tweens, like the 10, 11-year-olds that go all the way up. Our oldest clients are like in their 90s, but I mean, they're like divas, like fierce, like still into their makeup and everything. They're halal certified. The line is halal certified. It's not a vegan line, but it's designed for all sensitive skins, which is really nice.
Excellent.
No fragrances included in them.
And where can I buy this? I can just go on fairweatherfaces.com. Very easy.
Yes, you can go to fairweatherfaces.com to get everything. Yes.
Love it. Mm-hmm. Love it. Love it.
Yeah.
Okay. Love it. Love it. What's coming out for Sip and Shop this season 2? Anything special that we have to look forward to?
Oh, yeah. So season 2. I need to laugh. Because I get so excited about Sip and Shop. It's just my way to connect, just to let you know the whole point of Sip and Shop when it started last season was a way to connect on a weekly basis with our clients. So my husband is the producer along with myself, and we decided that high noon on Saturdays was the way to go for us. And it was just a time for us to sit together, to present to you. I'm in the forefront. He's in the background. He likes it that way. It's fine. That's how we work.
Okay.
And just to shoot the breeze with you, but we're bringing back the strongest segments that worked last time. I don't want to say what they are, but if you're a fan, then you know what they are. And we have some new ones coming, which are really exciting. So it's going to be good. Come April 3rd, it's going to be a lot of fun.
So excited to grow up with you on this. I'm really happy about that. Really happy. That means you can see it on Q Vision, you can see it on the Facebook, but we want to make sure that, Andrea, that you are getting the most visibility possible. It is all about helping you guys, you producers, content creators, really kind of like exploring how much your business can take off with you had a little bit of broadcasting help. And that's what all Q Vision is all about. So you get in the Q and the Q getting with you. It's a love fest. And we're extremely honored to take over and help you kind of push out the 12 o'clock, time slot.
Thank you. We're excited to continue streaming with you. Yes. Thank you so much.
Yes. Okay. Now I have the really serious part. This is the part of my show that this is really intense right now. I call it the keep it real questions. Okay, let's just keep it real from the gut, Andrea. Mm-hmm. Too bad I can't see. Okay. All right, here you go. Mm-hmm. Paul is the keep it real section. I might have to edit it. So keep it real. You got it. If you're in the morning, you just got in the GMA, or you were going in an early job. Are you getting a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, or are you getting a egg white sandwich on whole wheat easy butter?
Okay, I'm gonna have to answer that in the past tense, and that would have been the egg white. You know what, y'all? I'm doing intermittent fasting, and I've been doing that for a while now. I go in.
It's working.
Yes, it is. I mean, I think it is. I've kept my weight down, but it's also what it's doing to me, not just with the weight maintenance, but also what it's doing to me psychologically. I feel like I have more awareness. I'm going in and I'm having water, tea or coffee, not both, one or the other. But just staying hydrated until I get home, and I don't start my first meal until about, my feeding window is as early as 12:30, as late as 3. So it just depends. And that's the first meal. So I'm really doing these days only 2 meals. And I
but then you don't have a tea or anything, or do you have a tea? Oh,
no, I stay hydrated. No, I stay hydrated. Like I'm drinking like water, just 1 coffee or tea, but it's lots of water. In between, before that meal actually happens. But yeah, that first meal isn't going down.
And this is helping also because you're in the Zen space, like you said before. You do your morning kind of meditation.
Yes, absolutely.
So this is all working together to keep.
Yeah, it's getting the anxiety off of me first, which is allowing me to be able to sustain in that way. But it's also happened. Like, it really wasn't that difficult to do. I started it with Dr. Jen Ashton and Amy Roebuck. They were already doing it, and I just kind of like quietly started doing it on my own until I realized, you know what, you're doing the same thing they are. It's pretty much 16-hour intermittent fasting, and it's fine. It's not an arduous thing. It really isn't. It's just, I'm listening.
And then when you come off it, you're gonna have do you have a soup or a vegetable soup? Like
sometimes sometimes it's not like I'm starving myself. I eat, and when I eat, it's big. But it's what I'm eating, and it's when I'm eating. That's the difference. Like, I'm making sure I have my protein and my vegetable. I have to watch. My big thing before was carb eating because of stress and hormones. So that was the thing that was really causing like a lot of weight gain. The stress was a huge factor included with the hormones. So the carbs was my poison, if you will. So
I got sugar's mine. I know.
Yeah. Of course. So it's not like I'm not having any carbs at all. Or, I have a big sweet tooth, but it's just that I have to watch the portion. I have to watch the time of day that it is. It has to be earlier, and if it is, then I have a smaller amount so that I can burn it off. Correct. I also noticed that if I'm having sugar late at night, not late at night, but let's say if I'm having sugar closer to 7 p.m., there's a chance that I may have a night sweat while sleeping. And, there's a connection between sugar and that night sweat.
Not funny. Age is not no joke.
So, and Eddie'll tell you, "Oh, babe, you're clammy," and he hasn't been saying that for a while now. And
Thanks, Eddie.
Know that.
Thanks, Eddie.
He's like, "Babe, you're clammy." Like, push me over. I'm like, but he hasn't been saying that because I know that sugar intake has been curbed,
coming down
tremendously. Right. So I'm watching that, and I'm liking what I see, and I like how I feel. So I'm not depriving myself at all. It's just more of a controlled awareness in 100%. How I'm eating and the time frame and what I'm eating, but it's been helpful. It really has.
Okay. Okay. You're in Brooklyn. Got to ask you this question. When you're by yourself, you know, you get your jam on. What are we listening to? Are you listening to like hip hop, hardcore hip hop, explicit lyrics, pumping it loud? Or are you like an R&B girl?
I used to be, I don't feel like I need to pump so hard anymore because that's all up in my mental. Like I'll never lose that. So I don't need to encourage that. That's just me on the everyday. Right. But what I try to do is take a moment of a detox bath, which is something that I explained in Sip and Shop a couple of episodes. I've spoken about it and explained it, that I try to take a break and just do like a good 15-minute detox soak. And while I'm doing that, I'm listening to, I'm a subscriber on YouTube to, it's called Coffee Jazz. Oh. And it's just jazz. I'm just listening and relaxing and releasing to jazz. And it's my 15-minute break to just unwind and let my mind go. And, you know, from that, letting my mind go,
most people don't know. I mean, some people do, you know, that I'm from the Bronx. And I'm sorry, I still love my hardcore hip hop. I'm talking, I'm still playing Mobb Deep and Black Rob. And no, I don't let my younger kids know that I'm listening to it. And they're like, you know, every now and then he goes, what is this, Mom? What is this? I'm like, oh, that's not for you. It's not for you.
Right.
The lyrics. Mm-hmm. But, you know, when I'm trying to do my little, you know, jog walk, I would go pumping in.
Right.
And I think for me, it kind of, you know, I love jazz and everything else. And, you know, I go to classical music shows. But I think when I'm working out, when I'm really by myself, it takes me back. It takes me back to a place where I felt, you know, spry and my knees didn't hurt.
Right. Yeah.
Maybe I was on the dance floor at the party. I don't know.
Exactly.
I thought I could dance. Yep. I don't know.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness. Okay. And last one, if you had your ways and choices of pick, would you, you know, go to Bahamas, or are you going to get on an airplane post COVID and you going to Spain? Like where are you going far? You know,
I think the first, Spain and all that is great. I told Eddie, we got to go to London together. We have to do Paris together, all of that. But we need to be in the Caribbean first. Like we just need to just chill out on a beach, away from everything. We need that first.
Right. Yeah. I trust me. I get it. I'm with you on that. And you should book those tickets now.
Yeah. I know. Now. Yeah, we need to do something.
Eddie, you listening? Book the tickets now.
Oh, he knows. He knows.
Well, thank you, Andrea. Thank you so much. This is such an honor. Q Vision is honored to have you in the queue. And we look forward to, you know, another season and another year. We're about to turn 1 year old, and hopefully I get to talk to you in 20 years again. And when I have those type of numbers.
Put it out there. We're going to drink to that right now. It's going to happen. Boom.
Boom. Boom.
Said